welcome to Sephora.
I'm looking for a perfume that's not too perfumey.
I got you.
Serum moisturizer or moisturizer serum.
Let's get into layering.
My concealer is making me look worse?
Sounds like the wrong shade. Let's get you matched.
There's only one store that really gets what you're going for. Get beauty from people who get beauty. Only at Sephora.
Hi, Let's get you a basket.
Wish you could become a morning person? You know the type, up before the sun, early morning runs, first one to the office with donuts and a smile. How do they do it? Easy. With the new Galaxy Watch 8, sleep tracking and personalized insights from Samsung Health help you improve so you can wake up to a whole new you. One who, dare I say it, skips the snooze? It's possible. Train your sleep with Galaxy Watch 8. Learn more at Samsung.com. Requires compatible Samsung Galaxy phone, Samsung Health app, and Samsung account.
What is going on, everybody? Ryan Leary, William Tinkup here with the BARF. This is the look at the week that was, so you can be prepared for the week that is. William, what's going on, brother?
I am having a fantastic Sunday. So, how are you?
You know what? I can't complain. There's no rain today. It is somewhat walkable outside, not much else. But you had a big weekend this weekend.
I did. We dropped our oldest son off at the Corps of Cadets at Texas A&M.
That sounds so scary.
It's the Army. So, they're going through Hell Week this week, and we'll see them Friday and sometimes on Saturday.
Already?
And,
you get to visit them?
Yeah, it's after Hell Week. They go through a ceremony, kind of a graduation from Hell Week, because it washes some kids out. In fact, the commandant during his presentation to the parents was like, "You're going to get calls this week. Come pick me up.
You may get a delivery from your child.
This is not for me. Come pick me up." Which I'm not worried about. In terms of our son, just because Henry's been away from home at a lot of different instances in his life. He's done a ton of camps and all that other stuff. Yeah. Plus, he's had me as a father. So, like, he told me last night that he got screamed at about something. He couldn't even remember what he got screamed at. He was like, wasn't nothing. I'm like, there you go. See?
That's nice. I saw Michael posted the picture of his hair.
Oh, yeah.
So his hair is gone. Welcome to the club.
No, they're called fish. So he doesn't have a first name. No one, like, it's as if there is no first name. So no one knows him as Henry, other than his roommate.
Nice.
Everyone else, and you call your roommates are your roommates for 4 years.
Right.
So the Corps never leaves campus. I mean, in terms of housing, they don't get apartments. You're there for 4 years. So God
bless them, man. Thank them already for the service. Good luck.
100%.
Better man than I have ever been. That's
crying. That was the craziest thing in the world. Is normally because you're going into the dorm room, putting up a bunch of stuff, and it's a big process. There was none of that. Like we went in. Yeah. My wife and him unpacked, and okay, and then we went and did stuff around campus. Like it was.
Hey, see you later.
It was 2 trunks. It was 2 boxes.
Yeah, I saw the trunks cut and put in, and that was it.
That was it.
Nice. I remember going in. I had speakers and
yeah. Not a normal college experience. So for folks that have a normal college experience, I can see the longer you spend time with your child, the more it becomes, but not this. This is the Army.
I guess congratulations. You got one more left in the house. And 100%. So, enjoy that. I'm sure we'll have fun. So why don't you kick us off? Now, we got some fun stuff to talk about.
So let's do breaking news first. This is the B. Have you ever wondered about H-1B visas?
Not
Have you
really.
ever kind of given any thought to that? All right. So it's a lottery system. Right? And these are for people that are outside of our country that want to work in our country, and you got to be sponsored. All right, okay. Look. So basically, there's about 85,000 H-1Bs that are available. They come up through this every year. They come up through the same process, and hundreds of thousands of people apply. So far more people apply than there are spots. So here's a news story on the businessstandard.com. H-1B visa lottery decoding multiple registration scams. All right. So here's what really made me laugh, but at the same time cry, because basically what staffing firms in India, and this calls out India in particular, but I'm sure it's happening elsewhere, is they would create multiple registrations for the same person. so
tracks.
Right. So like you know, if you're an engineer and you have a specialized talent, and you know someone will sponsor you, etc. Now they've got like 15 different registrations for each person, so you increase your odds. That's not legal.
No, not legal, but it's not stupid either.
No, it was a Bloomberg. So if you want to dig into the real, like how they got there, Bloomberg did the investigation. So reputable source, go check that out. I kind of file this under kind of shitty but smart in my brain. It's like that's shitty.
Yeah.
However,
it's a reminder of. For me, it is a reminder of how to think outside the box and do things, a little differently. Push the edge a little bit.
Well, that's what you want ultimately, until you get caught.
Yeah. Well, hey, it works.
Hey, this is Brent Skinner, host of Small Talk Window here at the Work-Defined Podcasting Network. Have you ever wanted a short podcast to listen to during a coffee break of your workday? You've come to the right place. My guests dispense with the small talk as quickly as possible and settle into a meaningful conversation around the world of work.
All right.
There you go.
So, Beamery is drinking its own champagne. They released an independent AI audit. Their independent AI audit results from Warden AI. So
I like that.
Yeah, good for them. This is a smart move for Beamery. This is all about transparency. It's a trust builder with their stakeholders. It's a conversation that is being had within their prospect base already. So why not lead the way and be seen and heard? So they ran.
There's only a few in HR tech that have independent audits. It's expensive too, by the way.
Yeah.
So there's that part too, not just the we should do it. Like it's several hundreds of thousands, if not millions.
But to release it, be public with it, fantastic. Good for them.
Smart.
They ran both, and I'm no expert, and so don't ask me any questions. They ran both the disparate and counterfactual analysis. In both cases, the audit came back with no significant bias in their process.
It's great.
So, take that for what you will, but kudos to them for doing this again. They did this last year as well. But I mean, I think for me, when you want to be a leader in anything, then you need to break through what you always say, the status quo. And I think this is a big step in that direction. So kudos to Beamery, and I would like to see more tech in the space, more companies do this.
I think it's going to be mandatory at a certain point that people will say, just like your audited financials. At a certain point, people are going to say, well, you're audited for AI. And again, you can fix it. That's the whole point of an audit.
Right. That's the whole
something's
point.
Wrong.
I get it. You're nervous to release results, but, it works.
Always. Yeah. All right, let me tell you a little bit about Meta. Meta pays $1.4 billion in a settlement with Texas over the use of facial recognition software. Wow. Yeah, no joke. The lawsuit alleges that the social media giant has collected the biometric data of millions of citizens without their consent.
Wow.
This was on Spiceworks. So good for this. Gets Ken Paxton, our AG, who's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Not shocking. Our governor's crazy. Our AG is crazy. But anyhow, he's the one that filed this. He's the one that was behind this suit. $1.4 billion. That's no chump change.
Where's the money go? That's what I want to know.
Oh, I'm sure it's going to go into, stuff. Yeah.
The AG picks up a $40 million mansion.
Yeah. Well, and he has been accused of fraud.
Well,
and
man,
there's lawsuits pending against him. So no, I don't think it'll be. I think it'll actually go in to fund other types of Texas programs that no one likes other than Texas.
Yeah.
So found this article on Spiceworks, which is a really cool site. So go take a look at it. But what it reminded me of is that the data that we collect from employees, both how we collect that data, but also what we do with that data. Because I also saw another article in a different place about hackers are now starting to target enterprise software like never before. Like they've seen an uptick. It was on White Hat, but basically an uptick in the attacks on enterprise software. So again, this is one of those deals where buyers beware, and asking for, like what you said with Beamery, audited AI. Yeah. They've got to have a more of a, IT does this really well, but HR, because of SaaS, we haven't really kind of grown that muscle memory of talking about security and privacy.
Right.
With what we just learned with Meta because of what they did, okay, check. But also with hackers going after enterprise software more, we're going to see more data being leaked. So it puts a little bit more of an onus on HR, which is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's in your buying process. There's got to be a part of the RFP or a part of the conversation that says, okay, tell us about security.
Right.
Tell us about privacy. Tell us about when you get hacked, not if you get hacked. When you get hacked, what's the process?
Right.
And so that's what it really. Yes, it's $1.4 billion to Texas for things that they weren't supposed to be doing, but it really is more of a bigger story about, okay, this should change our buyer behavior of enterprise software.
Right. All right. So, first off, big shout out to Dayforce. I wanted to say this earlier. Dayforce Wallet surpasses $4 billion in payroll delivered. Congrats to achieving that milestone. That's a lot of money going through payroll.
Did we learn that? I think last year at Insights, right?
With Dayforce, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So when we learned that, I don't think there's fees on either side, right?
I don't remember. It's a good question. Okay. I don't think so. I think it's feeless. I don't think
there's fees. Yeah, I think it's feeless on both sides for the employer and the employee.
Yeah, it's their money. They're just processing and doing their thing.
Okay. Yeah, we can look that up to make sure that's
so. All right, EEOC. I did this. I did it last week. Just kind of a rundown of the lawsuits and settlements because there's always a lot.
Always.
So I'm gonna run through and let's see if we can pick one out here. Radiant Services to pay $1.1 million for hiring discrimination based on race, national origin, and sex. Yeah, nice. Charlotte IHOP is paying $40K for religious discrimination. Innovative Service Northwest to pay $136,500 in a disability lawsuit. ProPallet pays just $50K in a retaliation suit. Not bad. Third Bench pays $165,000 in retaliation, and Walmart, your best friend, is paying $75K in a disability discrimination lawsuit.
That's probably ADA related. It would be with some of these. It'd be really like the religious discrimination in Charlotte on the IHOP. I'd really like to know what that was.
Yeah,
like I'm curious about. Okay, is that we don't want people to wear crosses? Is it atheists? We don't like atheists at our Charlotte IHOP.
Like, through it.
I would love to know. Like, okay, you can't wear your whatever coverings and things like that. Like, what is that bit?
Yeah,
But
so
there's this. Go
since I've
ahead.
been grabbing them in aggregate and not digging into each individual story, it's
Well,
it,
sometimes it's hard to find.
it is, and
Yeah.
I'm looking at the sheer amount, and I know this isn't all of them, but the sheer
Oh
amount
no.
of EEOC claims and suits and fines and penalties.
It's
It's outstanding. Like it is just ridiculous the amount
it's what
that is
this
out
is one of
there.
the things that keeps HR up at night is because
Yeah,
they put the things in play to so that you don't do these things, but then employees do them.
yeah,
And all of a sudden, then they get caught in the lawsuit, and then it goes through the process. And
yeah,
so, at a certain point, there isn't an HR leader at any of these, a competent HR leader at any one of these places that didn't lay down the proper way to do things.
right. It's right. I would so my recommendation go check out the EEOC website, whether you're in HR or
Oh
not.
yeah,
If you're
it's
listening, it's fascinating the amount of things that are there.
EEOC.gov.
Yeah.
Shocking, not shocking, but yeah, I mean, there's always stuff there, and there's always going to be stuff there when people do what they're going to do. All right, it's getting harder for companies to keep politics out of the workplace. Employers teach de-escalation techniques as divisive. Political discussions become almost impossible to avoid. So this was in the Wall Street Journal. So, when something hits the Wall Street Journal, you know that it's serious. So when I was reading it, I'm thinking to myself, good fucking luck trying to keep discussions out of the workplace because it's so subtle.
Yeah.
Like I was thinking about like what stickers people have on their cars and what churches they attend and what sports kids play, like all this stuff.
Are they wearing a pin? Yeah, it's yeah.
Exactly. Are they wearing a pin and not wearing a pin or wearing a pin incorrectly? Okay, all right.
Is your hair parted left or right?
Everything has been politicized, and it probably always was. We've just become more aware that everything's politicized. Okay, so I think as I read the article, I'm thinking they're talking about how to keep it out, and it reminds me of the war on drugs. And the war on drugs, simply put, was a war on the supply side of drugs. So what we're going to do is make it harder for people to get drugs rather than the demand side of drugs, meaning, why do you want drugs? Had we spent, in my humble opinion, if we would have spent the amount of money that we have since the 80s on the war on drugs, not on the supply side, but on the demand side, put therapy centers on every corner,
Good point,
then we wouldn't have problems with drugs. I think that essentially the same thing needs to happen here. Trying to stop politics at work is just, I don't think you're ever going to be able to do it, A. B, why don't you just take that energy and focus people on civil discourse and how to respect opposing views. So instead of trying to keep it out, create a lot of rules like, you can't talk about Trump. Okay, well, you know what?
That's like some holistic shit you're talking about here. Like,
oh yeah, no, definitely. After a couple of edibles, here's the thoughts that come out. So the idea is stop focusing on keeping it out. Focus more on teaching your employees, hey, how do you have a conversation? How do you have a debate? How do you have discourse? Hey,
I mean,
very Philly.
You
very
have
Philly.
this beautiful way of saying it. Me,
just
be an adult.
How do you be?
Just be an adult.
How do you be normal? Just be normal.
Yeah.
But see, the thing is if we teach our employees civil discourse, so we teach them debate, and we teach them to respect, most importantly, respect opposing views.
Right.
Like this is Voltaire 101, right? So I don't agree with you, but I agree with the fact that you have to have an opinion. And I will defend that you have to have an opinion.
Yeah.
We don't have to agree. In fact, I don't think you should agree. You need to have a little bit of conflict. So, Wall Street Journal, take a look at it. It's fascinating the way they framed it up in terms of keeping politics out of work. I think that's wrong. I mean, I think that approach has already been tried, and I think it's a failed bit. I think we should be teaching them how to actually bring it in. Like, come on,
How to have
bring
conversation.
it in. How to have conversations without killing somebody.
All right. So I do want to go back to Radiant. I did mean to talk about the Radiant Corp. So they were paying 1.1 million. This is from the EEOC. They're paying 1.1 million to settle the lawsuit for hiring discrimination for race, national origin, sex. So the details here: since 2015, the company allegedly has failed to hire Black, Asian, and white non-Hispanics for low-skill positions and segregated jobs by sex.
That's a double whammy right there.
Yeah.
So first of all, you're not going to hire brown. Got it. Secondly, you're going to have women doing.
Yeah.
Dude, that's so wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a quick question: if they've settled, can we take away the word allegedly?
I don't know.
That's actually a question.
Yeah, I mean, settled doesn't admit guilt, right? I mean, it just says, I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I'm just saying. When I hear settled, regardless of what the definition is, when I hear settled, I hear they just don't want to deal with the bullshit.
When your investors, customers, and workers demand more from your business, make it happen with SAP. The AI-powered capabilities of SAP can help you streamline costs, connect with new suppliers, and manage payroll, even when your business is being pulled in different directions. To deliver a quality product at a fair price, while paying your people what they're worth too, so your business can stay unfazed. Learn more at sap.com/uncertainty.
Mint is still $15 a month for premium wireless. And if you haven't made the switch yet, here are 15 reasons why you should. 1, it's $15 a month. 2, seriously, it's $15 a month. 3, no big contracts. 4, I use it. 5, my mom uses it. Are you playing me off? That's what's happening, right? Okay, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, $15 per month equivalent required. New customer offer first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
That's right. Well, it's easier to pay 1.1 just to get done with it.
It's cheaper.
But this is just, again, bad actors doing bad things.
Yeah. Yep.
File that under that file. But they got the double whammy of both the race discrimination as well as sex discrimination. So I'm glad they got caught. I'm glad they had to pay a fine. I hope they fix it. All right, Ryan, the summer job is back. I know you know this. Teens enter the labor force as employers dish out higher wages and perks. This was on CNBC. So one of the things, the data points that it was fascinating to me is they went from $11.50 in 2020 to $15.50 in 2024. That's $4, right? Over 4 years. That data comes from Gusto, by the way. It's $1 a year raise. That seems about right. Again, I think we've been underpaying teen talent forever. So, but what the article and what the whole trend, where does it tap out? At what point is it not $1 a year? Because right now that's just, okay, we went from $11.50 to $15.50. Okay, totally get it. Where is it? 25, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30 is where does that tap out? And it's just like, okay, we can't go any higher. Or does it just increase what you pay at the register? Because is that just more of a cost factor in what you buy at your grocery store or wherever?
Yeah, it's an interesting conversation, and I'm living it now, right?
You are?
With one of my daughters, and it's interesting. So when we grew up, it was go make $5 an hour, $7, like that's good. You're a kid. What do you need, right? Just go make a little bit of money, get the experience.
Scratch.
But when I look back at that, even though I was just pushing carts, now maybe because it's me, I wanted to be the best damn cart pusher. I wanted to make sure they were aligned and this and that all, but that was besides the point. why should I get paid less because I'm 15?
Right.
If I'm doing a great job, right? Let's just say I started at 14.
There's child labor laws in place for a reason.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. I was 14. Now I'm 16. I've got 2 years of experience. Why should I get paid because, as a teen, because you feel that I should just be getting a little bit of money?
Right.
I could be just as good as the 35-year-old stocking shelves. In fact, I
100%.
could probably be better and faster and more nimble at it. I don't know, But when I look at my daughter, for example, they actually cut the rates where and now I'm kind of in this predicament. I'm having this conversation with her because it's still good money. They were paying the lifeguards at the one place $17 and change, or 17. Now they're coming down to 15.
This is William Tincup, and I'd like to talk to you a little bit about Indeed FutureWorks. Ryan and I attended the conference last year, and we created a limited series for Indeed where we talked to their customers. Great stories around TA and how they use Indeed to the max. So check it out. It's just Indeed FutureWorks 2024. You could search for it wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks.
Wow. She's been there for a couple of years.
Is that for the fall? Is that because there's just less?
Fall, winter, and spring, yeah. Now, she's been working there for a couple of years at the 17 and going up, and now they're coming back down. She's like, I don't want to work there. But I'm like, it's still $15 an hour.
Yeah.
You're not going to get that somewhere else.
I don't know that to be true.
Right. Well, I don't know it to be true, but this is the conversation I'm having currently. I'm like, this is a difficult decision because would I take $2 less an hour to do the same job?
Hell no. Oh, hell no.
Right.
No.
And so my advice to her
and nor should you.
No, and my advice to her was, if you go somewhere else and you make less money, I'm okay with that, as long as you're okay with that. It's the principle of it. Why would I do the same job that I've been doing for a couple of years and you're going to cut my hours, not even cut the hours, you're going to cut my pay.
Because of their seasonality. Because the seasonality of a pool is there's more demand, i.e. they're getting more fees. They're probably getting more they're getting more revenue in the
cut
summer.
My hours, don't cut my rates.
Right. So there's a different way to deal with that, and it's exactly what you said. Keep your rate the same, cut your hours.
Anyhow, So I'm right in the middle of that. So, all right, acquisitions. Why don't you kick us off?
I think you've got to. You were going to tell us a little bit about Eventbrite.
Oh, Eventbrite. Yes, our friends at Eventbrite. So this story caught my eye because they're doing a layoff, right? So nothing crazy here. They're doing a layoff. I guess I don't look at Eventbrite as like this massive player in this space, right? They've been around forever, but they're kind of lame. They don't hear of Eventbrite and think innovation. So anyway, this is their second cut in the last couple of years. This time they're doing 100 employees, so it's about 11% of their staff.
So it's about 1,000 employees.
Yeah, about 1,000 employees. Of course, they're trying to talk about how they're working hard to help them on the exit. It's going to spend about $7 million in severance for the 100 employees. What I was
That's pretty cool.
I guess what I was shocked at. So their net revenue was $84.6 million, which is 7% year over year up for the company year over year. But ticket sales, so for what they sell tickets to, was down 6%, which is about $50 million down. So, anywho, all this to say that they have brought in ex-Meta executive Samantha Wu as their new CMO. Makes sense because their challenge has been the ability to attract and retain creators to use their platform for ticketing and all of that. So sounds like
best part. First of all, layoffs suck. Got it. Best part of this whole thing is that they put $7 million in severance.
Yes.
That's I love hearing that because a lot of people get to that point where they have to make a cut and they don't have they don't put aside enough money for getting people onto their next thing. So good for them.
Yep.
on that front.
Now
All
we can
right.
move on.
No, we will move on to how companies can take a global approach to AI ethics. It's tying back to your Beamery bit earlier. This is Harvard Business Review, so you can take a look at this. And while reading this article, I immediately thought about how HR should drive this train and what a wonderful opportunity it would be for talent professionals to impact the business positively. So think of it like this. My father used to do this bit. You're either on the train or off the train.
Right.
But I modified it slightly to you're either on the train or off the train, driving the train or being run over by the train. So now, and of course I just made that up. I think they should drive the train in AI. And especially as it relates to people. Yeah. Anything people related, they might not be able to drive the AI for the company, but either it touches people in any facet, I think they should be able to jump in there. But again, it gets this, how do you bring an ethical AI? You talked about audited AI. Ethical AI, completely different, similar. How does HR and recruiting, how do they get in there and put their own fingerprints on ethical AI? And they're going to have to jump in feet first, in my opinion. So that's that. It's on Harvard Business Review, hbr.org. Go take a look at the full article because it is quite fascinating about AI and ethics. So HR, recruiters, go get involved.
I've been trying to jump to acquisitions forever.
You have.
I don't know
You've
why.
got an itch.
I'm just so excited about the acquisitions this week.
There's no judgment coming from me.
No. But guess what we're doing right now?
Yeah, acquisitions. Let's do acquisitions. All right, MPay acquires SDP, Southland Data Processing, to enhance payroll and HCM solutions. This is on SiliconValleyJournals.com. You can go look at the story. This is fish eating fish. Acquisition is set to strengthen MPay's kind of position in the market by integrating some of what SDP's expertise and expanding their capabilities. So terms not disclosed on this acquisition. So there's that, but good for MPay, good for SDP, and all involved. So
nice.
There you go.
Nice.
Yep.
All right. ZipRecruiter, we were both looking at this week. ZipRecruiter acquires UK-based Breakroom to expand in the US. So Breakroom they provide job seekers with insights into things like pay, working conditions, company culture through ratings, right? So this is a ratings play. So on their site, it says that they contrast with traditional employee review sites, a la the Indeeds and Glassdoors of the world. So curious here to get your take. They're not mentioning them by name, but is this a stab at it to go after this? I know they're looking to do it in a different way where it's not just vomiting on the employer, but actually providing real truthful insight.
There's been a couple plays that have gone after this, comparably being probably one of the most notable, is they looked at culture. So compensation, culture, they looked at some other facets than Glassdoor. There's a reason Recruit Holdings purchased Glassdoor and has integrated Glassdoor. Glassdoor still operates separately than Indeed, but the idea is that on the back end they're sharing data for both sides. So this does get, for me, I think it's a good move for ZipRecruiter. It edges them closer to kind of having a more solutions to sell clients. So they've got jobs they can sell. So now what else can they sell to them? And I think that's probably what investors are looking for is, okay, you need to expand your revenue streams. So this is a great acquisition because somebody's already kind of gotten the bit up and rolling and it's moving. And now it's now you put the power of ZipRecruiter behind it. I think it's great for them. I think it's great for the folks at Breakroom in terms of an exit. And so, yeah, good acquisition. Solid use of money.
Yes.
Ryan, are we already to the R's? The
We
research?
are. I was so excited to get to
What?
acquisitions, and we had
Yeah,
to.
no, that's fine. Now we're on research.
Yeah.
We've talked several weeks in a row about DEI,
Yeah.
but I found a study that talked a little bit about DEI backlash and what employees really think. This is Seramount. This is their 2024 DEI kind of national survey. That's Seramount, SERAMOUNT.com. You can find they've got all kinds of insights. Yeah. So as I looked at their study, as I looked at the findings in particular, it's like, okay, wait a minute. The findings are interesting. And I'm going to go through about 4 data points in a second, but they're inconsistent. And what it got me to think about is, how do we define inclusive? What's our working definition of inclusive and inclusivity? Like, you might view inclusive differently than I do. We might define it differently.
I think it's a little subjective.
It seems like this might. So let me give you a couple of data points, because it's the consistency part really kind of threw me. So 76% of the respondents agree with the statement, "I am committed to helping my company fight racism and justice within the organization," compared to 83% in 2021. So that number went down. Okay, that's 7 points in a couple of years. So that's the employees' perception of they are going to help their company with those things. Now, the next 47% of employees agree with the statement, "I feel the focus on DEI is blown out of proportion." So, okay,
Does it have details on what they mean by blown out of proportion?
I think it's talked about too much. I think that's the way that was phrased. Was just it's just
interesting.
We talk about it too much. Okay, third thing, 78% indicated that it's very important for their company to be an inclusive organization. Okay, that tracks with the first thing. Like, okay, all right. Compared to 2021, fewer employees now view their direct managers and senior leaders as inclusive. So, which is it? Like, which lane are we following? And what I believe is happening, as I look at all the data, is I think there's no one actually in this particular survey. I don't think that they define this is what inclusive is and means. Now, like, I do like that they do statements. I actually appreciate that. I just didn't see any consistency. So I want other people to go look at the study and then message me where I was wrong, because clearly there is some consistency that I just couldn't figure it out. So go to Seramount.com, go into their research area, insights area, take a look at it, and then please tell me like what I got wrong here. So there you go.
That's interesting.
DEI backlash.
I felt this way, not with inclusivity, but I just felt the company's mission. When I was in corporate, the company's mission wasn't my mission.
Yeah.
Right? I worked at the company to get a paycheck. Right? I had to pay for my family, raise the kids, all that stuff. Did I like the company? Yes, that was a bonus. Did I enjoy the people? Bonus, right? All of that, bonus, and that was good. But I never went to work saying, "I'm going to run through a wall for you because you believe in this."
Right.
Right. And I think over the last, I think this is a COVID effect of people feeling closer maybe to their companies and the missions of the company because the world was hit with something.
I think they want different things from their companies.
Well,
so you just wanted a paycheck.
Well, yeah, I just wanted to. Well, and I wanted more, but I didn't.
Career
I didn't
advancement,
hang
some
my
other
hat.
stuff.
Yeah, everything. Right. I wasn't concerned with. Well, the company believes in this, and so
they don't support the SPCA. I can't work there.
Right. So yeah, I think this is just employees have their own mission in life. And so when they're not supporting certain things like inclusivity, I don't think it's because they hate people or they hate being
No,
inclusive.
I don't either.
They're just there to do a job. They're not.
Yeah.
I don't think they're not supporting it. I just don't think they care about it.
Right.
Well, I'd say they care, but they don't care about supporting the company's mission behind it. Whatever.
I think younger generations, I think both millennials and Gen Z, they're bringing to the table a different expectation from the company.
Yeah.
And some companies are going to abide and some won't.
Right.
And
Some will
if
pay
you
the
don't,
rates.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right.
All right, what you got?
So, Textio, our friends at Textio, I felt
Mhm.
like we talked about this somewhere before, but I couldn't find it, and so I put it in because I just thought this was really kind of common sense, but interesting too. So 10% of all employee attrition is caused by low quality feedback. So I got this off of Unleash, was running a feature on this. So William, let me ask you, how do you like your feedback?
I like it solicited and negative.
I don't think
That's
you
how
like
I want
feedback. You don't like
No, I do. I like when I ask, so solicited, and I want negative.
Yeah.
I
You
don't
know where you're
want.
great. Tell me where I suck.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
That's what I want to know from
All right.
very specific people.
So not all feedback is the same. We know this, right? But
Correct.
how it's delivered is impacting employee attrition. So to 10%.
I can see that.
Right. So the type of feedback, whether positive or negative, doesn't matter. You can give
Interesting.
negative feedback or positive feedback. That was not the issue. How was it delivered? Because people receive feedback in a different way. And so when I saw
would
this,
suck it.
when I saw this, I thought, oh, this is fucking perfect.
Oh,
you
I
know what
would
we
be
say,
terrible here.
Ryan, how do you like feedback? I'm like, just give it to me, baby. Just give it to me. Right? So when I saw this, I thought, well,
but that doesn't work with younger people.
right. Yeah. And
That
so
doesn't work with.
right. So top talent and bad, but attrition just across the board, when you deliver bad feedback, or not, I should say, when you deliver feedback in a bad, what is perceived as a bad way, poorly, people don't care. Sayonara, right? That's
right.
I think back to, I've told you this before, I worked at a staffing company. This is back in like 2001 or 3 or whatever the hell it was. But no, I lie. It was 2006 because I just gotten back from my honeymoon. And my manager said something to me my first day back. She was just being a manager.
Yeah.
I didn't give a fuck. I was like, I'm out of here. I'm done. I left. Like I was like,
wrong day.
Yeah.
Wrong day.
My first day back, and then you go back to the house and you're like, honey, guess what?
Yeah.
I made my first executive decision.
Well,
yeah.
I think that the thing is it also kind of gets down to knowing your employees.
Yeah.
So you've got to spend time with them. You've got to be doing the check-ins, et cetera. So you kind of can tailor, you should tailor your feedback, be either positive or negative, to the person. Like, okay. And again, how do you like your feedback is a kind of a funny way of getting there. But it's like, if I know that the person that works for me just they just don't like negative feedback. Well, you know what? There's a way to talk about it and couch it in ways that you're not talking about them. It's like, all right, hey, listen, I got this thing going on with this other employee. Can't tell you who it is, but here's something. They're not showing up to work on time. And it's killing me. I just don't know what to do. Like, there's ways to do it. That's a dumb one.
Well,
but
what would you do?
The idea
I'd fire him. Good. Get the fuck out.
And here's your pink slip.
Yeah.
I think the thing is if knowing anytime there's a cookie cutter approach to feedback, you're already lost.
Yeah.
If you've applied a layer of personalization, you've tried. Now, how that person takes it is always fascinating to me because I've gotten into trouble historically because I'll just say whatever the fuck I want, and then how you take it, that's on you, homie. That's exactly. So when people tell me like, and I've gotten this feedback all my life, like literally all my life. Same feedback. It's like, you should really watch how you talk to people. I'm like, no, they should really think about how they consume shit. It's not my fucking problem. After I've said it out of my mouth, fuck that's on you. How you consume it is a you thing, not a me thing.
Yeah.
However, if we're looking at corporate, we're looking at feedback in the way that we're thinking about it here and how it affects attrition. Now, attrition isn't a bad word. Turnover isn't a bad word. It's the regrettable. Right? So if we're losing top talent because of the way that we're doing feedback, stop the presses. We need to actually, this is where stopping down and fix it, because you don't want to lose talent because of the way that you're, again, either the way that you're rendering the feedback or whether or not it's the ratio of positive to negative. Like, don't lose talent. Don't lose talented people. And if that comes down to feedback, find out how to make that work so you don't lose good people.
Yeah. So thought it was interesting and wanted to bring it.
I love it.
Team.
Good one. All right, Ryan, because you're squarely in Gen X. Gen X was voted the best managers amongst their colleagues.
That is me.
This is on benefitnews.com. So I voted twice. This is data according to FlexJobs. There are 2024 generations at work, and as we learned last week, there are truly 5 generations at work. So of course I said suck it, boomers and millennials. It won't last because Gen X is a smaller generation, population size wise, than millennials and boomers. So we're kind of in between these two, kind of mammoth. So it won't last. So we should celebrate the fact that we are killing it right now. But I believe, and I really believe this, I believe millennials will be better managers than we were. And I think they will be there, and all of this will go away, and they'll be better managers for a longer period of time. So, but right now, we're on top, Ryan. Right now,
hey.
You
I'm going to take the W and I'm going to go. So I'll see you later. Have a great
100%.
All right. So Skills Gap can cost employers a month of productivity each year. But wait, there's more. All right. Check this out. 25 working days per employee per year. So 25 days per employee per year are lost to inefficiencies at work. So this doesn't count the unaccounted, like, I'm just not working right now type of hours, right?
Yeah.
So this is across 12,000 employees across 18 industries in the U.S. and UK. So workers spend about 14.3 hours per week on data tasks. Makes up about 36% of their work week. 4.3 hours are spent unproductively due to skills gaps. So I can
see that.
I don't know how to do something on Excel. I'm going to go learn it on the job, but I don't have proper training or proper access to learning to do that, right? I'm going to go Google.
I'm curious as to how this works, and then you're off.
It just kind of go down the rabbit hole. So anyhow, that equates to 25 days per year per employee on unproductive, I'm not working hours. Yeah. So it kind of got to me where I was thinking through this and thinking, okay, so how does one fix this? And there's, 30 ways to do this. But, off the top of my head, I just thought it's not about finding the talent that can actually do it. It's about refining the talent that you have.
100%.
Right? Now, I don't want to say upskilling, right? But refine the talent that you have and give them access to the learning ability, to the different trainings that are out there and things like that. But make it so that they actually have it at their fingertips. So in real time, as they're doing things, those 4+ hours that they're Googling and trying to figure stuff out on their own can actually be learned. So,
I think there's two things. The hours, the 14.3 hours that they're working with data task.
Mm-hmm.
I think AI and Gen AI is going to take a lot of that out, but
Yeah.
they're still going to have hours of interpreting or validating. So they'll
Sure.
still be doing things with data, but it'll just be different.
Yeah.
The 4.3 hours, again, some of that's curiosity. It's like, I don't know how to do this. Let me see if I can find a Gen AI
Right.
tool that does that. Now they're on the internet looking around, trying to find stuff. You and I have seen this.
Yeah.
You and I have seen this with clients and companies. We've seen this where employees, they're taking initiative. So in a weird way, we look at it as
Right.
unproductive and inefficient and all that other stuff. They're just trying to, they're curious. They're trying to be better.
Now,
They don't see it. I would imagine if we surveyed the employees, if we'd find out they don't view it as inefficient at all.
well, so there's two things there. Two things. And I think this is important. So let's just round it to 5. We'll say 5
Right,
hours.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. So 5
Yeah,
hours
fair.
I'm spending Googling and researching and doing all this stuff so I can learn something. One argument could be, well, you're taking that freedom and that creativity ability away, and then you're going to frustrate your employee and they're going to go away.
That's right.
Partially true.
Partially
The
true.
other side to that, and this is kind of, I think I'm more heavily on this side, I'm frustrated as hell. 5 hours in, I'm still trying to figure out how to
Right.
make something
Right.
work, how to integrate my email account, whatever you're on, into something else, or how to get Slack to do. Like, I'm frustrated, which now goes into another task, which now I start talking and gabbing to other people. And now
Right.
it's just a
Becomes poison.
snowball. Right.
Yeah.
Right. So,
Companies need to provide that layer of training at the point, as you mentioned, at the
Yeah.
moment that they need the training. Okay.
real time
And
on the job
at the
training.
same time, I think you solve that for curiosity.
Yeah.
So if you want to foster curiosity, which would leads to innovation, or can lead to innovation. So
Mhm.
if somebody wants to figure out like how to make a Gen AI video, an explainer video, and they just have no idea even where to start, that's a curiosity. It has nothing to do with their
Right.
job. It's just a curiosity. Fuel that curiosity, and let them figure that out. Like, okay, that's what are you trying to learn?
Yeah.
Boop. Okay,
I'm
great.
curious
Here's
what the
3
water
tools.
temperature is right now to see how I can get out of here and go fishing. But
100%.
I mean, no one's
So
going to
I-
pay me to do that. Well, I guess technically I could get paid to do that.
You could get paid. Yes, you could.
So if
Just gonna
anyone's
have to get
listening
better.
who wants to be a sponsor of a boat, let me know. I know a guy.
These nuts. All right, are we on the funding?
We're all money, baby.
All right. Ding, ding. All right. CloudPay, a payroll service provider, lands $120 million in new funding. This on TechCrunch, so you can read kind of the story. So, first thing that comes out of my mouth is probably going to seem negative, but it isn't. It's about fucking time. So the thing about CloudPay, I would say even less than 6 years ago, they, ADP, and I would say there's probably a Safeguard, maybe 3 other players, had the global payroll market by the balls. And they let all of these other people creep in. So we've dealt with Remote and Deal and just, you go around the Rippling and all of these different folks that are now can and effectively do remote global payroll. It seems like this should have been made way before all these players got in, so that they dig in and really kind of it could have created maybe some defensible positions.
Yeah.
But I think they're playing. First of all, I hope I'm wrong because I like the people at CloudPay, and so I think they're based in the UK and in Raleigh. So they've got kind of both of them going on. I think it's the old Pattersons. But anyhow, I'm worried that it's too late, and I hope that I'm wrong. But I think that I see this funding, and I love that someone got $120 million. However, I wish I would have seen this funding about 6 years ago.
Yeah, and it's global payroll is probably one of the most complex
Oh, 100%.
areas in this space, right?
100%.
So when you mention Deal and you mention, some of these others,
Yeah.
these aren't Rippling, these aren't small players.
No.
Yeah, so when you say 6 years ago, these companies potentially don't make it to where they are today. Had
That's
they
correct.
have done this, right? Now can
That's correct.
Cloud Pay leapfrog that, or do they, I mean,
They're not going to be able to acquire them.
no.
So that's out.
Yeah.
And now it might be a roll up. You could see someone come along and go, "Hey, I like what this one,
Right.
this one, and this one does." Okay, and do something like that. But they had the chance
Yeah.
to actually go and again,
Somebody hesitated.
somebody hesitated.
Yeah.
And so, and again, you allowed competitors to creep into your space without creating enough differentiation. And again, hope I'm wrong, because I do know the ex-CEO, CEO, and former CEO, and I know their marketer, and I like them.
Yeah.
However,
Yeah.
I just wish that this would have been done earlier.
Yeah. Well, and another point, and we'll jump to the next one. These new companies that can't say not even new, but the companies that came in during that time are modern, right?
Right.
They're
That's a
flexible,
good
they're
point.
nimble, they're modern, they're on the latest, greatest, they're innovating all the time.
That's right.
Can they do this now? Well, we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see. Let's hope for the best, right? Let's hope for the best for him. Ryan Tezi, Tezi, raises 8.
What was funny about that? What did I say?
You got some explaining to do. All right, $9 million to launch Max.
Yeah.
The first fully autonomous is a key word here.
Yeah.
AI recruiter. And this is on their blog.tezi.ai. So if you go to tezi.ai, you can kind of figure it out. So I'm like, Max? I kind of like the name Max.
I know
I
don't hate it.
It's like you're maximizing, right? So like it comes across in a lot of cool ways. Yeah.
To the max.
I'm fascinated by this because of the word autonomous.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want to see how autonomous is really, like in the real world. And this could fuel if they're successful. And $9 million is a pretty good number. This could lead to what people have been fearing in our space, in the sourcing and recruiting space for years. When they hear about AI, it's like, this is going to take my job. Well, this is actually
2026 will be your last person sourced, homie. Sorry.
Yeah, the future's Tezi just announced. Future's here now, homie.
Yeah.
So FOBO is legit.
Yeah.
And so yeah, what'd you see?
So this is a sourcing. This is sourcing. This is screening. This is scheduling. This is autonomous. Yeah. So these are all the activities, and I know there's a lot of hate out there for what I'm about to say. These are all of the activities that are grouped in as low value activities in the world of recruiting. Not saying sourcing is not important, not saying screening and schedule. All of that is super important. And sourcing takes a lot of skill. I was there, done it, been there, got it. But these are 3 things that, if automated properly and run by the human, make a difference. Right.
Yeah.
This makes a difference. It's scalable. It's everything that the world of recruiting has been talking about and or fearing for a very long time. Now, here's my thought on fear, and I've said this before, and I've been hit on it before, but whatever. This is just my thought.
Yeah.
As a sourcer, are you fearing are you hating on technology?
Right.
Taking over sourcing and automating and saying you're better versus the machine. This is like, machine versus man and chess and all of that.
Right.
Because you believe that, or is it more what I think, that you just don't want to move on, right?
You don't want to learn something new.
Yeah, it's time to evolve. This is the time.
I think more the latter. More the latter than the former.
Yeah. So this is the time to evolve, right? You hear this in investing. You hear this in all this stuff all the time. You see it, do it. right? Like, okay, you heard about like all these, social media people making buku dollars on social and all this stuff,
Right.
going from platform to platform. Yeah, they saw it in 2005.
Right.
By 2007, they were the top 100, first 100 people doing this. They didn't wait till 2012. This is the time right now. If you're a sourcer, get on
Jump
board,
in.
get better. Not at sourcing.
Again.
Get better at being a leader in recruitment. And
back to the train metaphor. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So good luck to everybody. I love the play.
3 funding stories left, Ryan. So Impact Tool, it's a AI-driven career platform, raises $4 million to boost AI job matching. This is on technews180.com, so you go look there and read a little bit more about it. The recent funding, so this is a quote. The recent funding will enable Impact Pool to enhance its technology, focusing on diversity and inclusion. So first of all, I'll get the comedy out of the way first, because the comedy for me when I read that statement was, well, it hasn't been doing this since the jump.
Yeah.
Kind of sounds
kind of
crazy.
what you
do. Anyhow. But I think what they're really saying is they have AI matching, and it does diversity and inclusion. They just want it to be better. So good for them, $4 million. Again, it's an AI-driven career platform. So it's basically working with you to then figure out what your next steps are, what you need to learn, this, that, the other. So good for them.
Yeah.
And good for them raising the money, and good for them on how they're going to spend it. Skillfully. I like that name.
It is.
Skillfully raises 2.5 in seed funding, hiring decisions with 100% precision. See skills in action before you hire. I love plays like this.
I feel like you got to say 99.9% precision.
Dude, said 100%. I'm like, we're going with it.
I mean, Clorox doesn't kill 100% of fucking germs.
I don't know.
I mean, I've never gotten sick, but I'm just
depends
saying.
on how much you percolate. How many bottles you using? I'm definitely going to kill.
Why are you still wiping that counter, Dad? Because it's only 99.9%.
Salmonella.
Shit,
We ain't having no salmonella.
I use the same knife across butter to chicken there. I don't care.
Yeah. No, at this point, you're building intestinal fortitude.
Yes.
So skillfully, go to their website, skillful.ly, which is kind of cool. And it's in their newsroom about kind of what they're doing in terms of that. But I love this for employees and employers because it's a try before you buy. It's simulation software, right? So you get to do tasks, you get to kind of see the job, you get to do the bid. They get to see you, they being the employers, you as a candidate get to see this and see if you want to do it. I love stuff like this. If it's in VR, if it's going through the website. I like the companies that have done it historically. Mm-hmm. It's just good. Like, go test it, and then that way, maybe we have less attrition. Maybe we have less problems down the road because you know it wasn't just a conversation. You got to try before you buy. So, good luck for good job skillfully for raising the money, but also I love the technology.
I think we need to. I'm going to make a note. We need to have a show on this conversation where try before you buy process, right? So I get it from the employer side. We've always said that because we were selling staffing, right? Try before you buy, temp to perm, etc. But I really think, and this is kind of what you were alluding to, the candidates have that option as well.
Yes.
It's just not.
Yeah, this isn't for me. I did the bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would never be successful.
You get dinged as an applicant or a candidate or a job seeker for doing that.
Yeah.
And time is
also it takes some of the BS out of the process.
Yeah.
Because you're just like, hey, listen, you know what? Instead of me telling you how wonderful the job is, and you telling me how wonderful you are, let's skip the wonderful.
Yeah.
Here's the bit.
Yeah, here's why it sucks.
Here's why it sucks. But you know what? I'll tell you just a quick personal story. Years ago, when I was on the agency side of things, we would do a day in a life. It was a part of the hiring process where when we were serious about a candidate, we would, pay for them to come in and have a day with us, and we didn't hide anything from them. Like, it was when you walked in, it's as if you were an employee that had been there for 2 years. We were going to treat you that way. We were going to talk that way. Like, there was no BS, because if we didn't want them to go through the hiring process and then come in and go, oh my God, you guys curse like fucking sailors, and you drink like sailors. Like, okay, all the whatever, the bad, the good, all that stuff. It's like, no, we want everything to be out on the table.
Right.
And again, I'd say half the candidates came in, did a day in a life, and said, no. Yeah. These guys are insane. And then half of them are like, oh no, I found my people. I want to do this. So I understand that's hard to get people to take off work and, and kind of maybe paying them for their parking, paying for a lunch, like some type of remuneration, just finding a way to compensate them so that they don't feel like they're being taken advantage of. Right. But like getting them in there to just see all the bullshit. All jobs have bullshit. So
it's very true.
As fast as we can get to the bullshit, the better. Right. Again, congrats to Skillful.
Very nice.
Last funding story, and it's a smaller bid, but it's the title of this is Richard King Mellon Foundation has committed $300,000 to a company called Loan Buy. So Loan, BYE, a Pittsburgh-based company specializing in student loan debt relief solutions for employers. So loanbuy.com, loanbuy.com. Go take a look at them. What I like about this play is it's actually a benefit. like not making fun of pet insurance. Yeah. However, if you're bringing in college graduates, early stage college graduates, this is a tax-free student loan repayment benefit for employers to offer. It's an actual benefit that will help you recruit, retain talent. I think it's good for all involved. I wish I would have had this for me because I had debt. I had student debt. Yep. From my undergrad and from my first master's. I didn't have a whole lot of debt from my MBA, but I had some debt that I had to carry forth, and it took Michael and I, 10 years or whatever the hell it was to pay it all off. But like, if I could work with a company that's helping me with that, first of all, that's a benefit I'm going to take advantage of.
Yeah. So, and there's a lot of these have hooks in them as well, right? Right. You need to be here for X amount of time, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, shit, if I had help paying all that, that'd be amazing. I know, right? It took 10 years of just checks. We were just talking about that last night. Checks for 10 years. Yeah. Look where it got me. Oh, it was. Go, mommy.
Well, so check them out, loanbuy.com.
All right. We are done. We have wrapped it up for the weekend. If you're listening and watching still, please subscribe. We would love to have you on board. If you have a chance,
100%.
Make sure you go into your app wherever you are, hit that review button. That always helps us. And until next time.
Substack.
Oh, yeah, Substack too. Until next time now.